Man, this one especially me. It's made for me alone. Yes, it's just made for me. I'm so special and unique
Hey, now
in
yeah.
the hand of my creator. So,
Hey.
you know, he found a way to make this alone for me. These glasses that you are seeing actually drop from heaven. Yes, it's like manna. Because I prayed to an extent and asked God for these special glasses. These glasses, these glasses is meant for vision. Is meant for perspectives. So it is meant for special people in the sight of God. You know, I prayed until this thing dropped on the side of my bed
Asha.
in the midnight and I picked it up. So it's not something that can actually size your face. It is meant for me. You can see the way it's perfectly sitting on my face.
Yes. Yes.
So no optician in the world can give you this. No optician in the world.
Yeah.
I prayed. If somebody will come up and tell you that they prayed until they saw dollar becoming 1 naira, and you can see a lot of people, millions of people are saying, yes, go ahead, yes, go ahead. So why can't you believe that I prayed for this spectacle? Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes.
What is your honest definition of a man of God?
And Omega.
No, no, no,
Is
no,
the
no,
is the is the is the one in charge of his congregation.
no, 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 no.
Is the man of God. He speaks, he prophesy on them.
Okay, sir.
So,
Sir, let me burst your bubble now.
okay,
You see, in my own opinion,
okay.
and from my own perspective, I feel like those guys, they don't know what it takes to be a man of God. The fans,
Oh,
the followers,
the followers.
they don't know what it takes to be a man of God. But the man of God that told them that dollar will come to 1 naira knows that he is a man of God. Because my own definition of a man of God is a man that is made of God. He was first a man.
Yes.
And then it was the godliness that completes him to become a man of God.
Yes.
So sometimes he can switch from the side of God into being a man.
Hey.
You understand?
Hey.
So it's just a very tiny line in between that place. It takes a very great follower, a very specific follower, a detailed follower, a spiritual follower to know when that man switches from the place of God into being a man. So you might have switched from the side of God and switched into being a man.
Yeah.
That's why you'll be saying that dollar will become 1 naira. Yes. To himself. Yes. Yes. Most times it is just few out of many that can detect and discover that. And those few, they are always tagged the bad eggs and all sort of names they are called in the congregation,
Call them rebels and
rebels, disobedient,
child,
a lot of prophecy will go on them, a lot of things will happen to them because, they can detect that. You understand? That's why it's always like that. It is with the spirit, of course, because when you are called to follow, you are not only called to follow like a fool, you are called to follow and be tutored as well.
Okay.
So you must know when you are called to follow in a place, you should know what you are there for. You understand? You should know that I'm called to follow, I'm called to service, I'm called to serve, and I'm also called to become a leader.
Yes.
So there must be a time after being a follower that you have learned, you have served, there should be a time for graduation. They are called to follow. The first step is to follow.
Okay.
The second step is to be tutored.
Okay.
The third step is to serve.
Okay.
And then the fourth step is to graduate and become a leader. To higher institution. From there, you graduate. You go and face life. All of those things that you are being taught is to prepare you for the street. The real thing is on the street. Na street. Na street. Street na life. Life na street. Na street be that, inside life. You understand?
Inside life.
Inside life na street. The main thing that you go to that place to learn. That's why you see a lot of people, they cannot communicate outside church. They cannot have relationship outside church because it is what they have been, been taught to believe. That everything you need is inside the church. Everything you will need in your life is inside the church. All the good people are inside the church. Don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. That place is dangerous. So that place is dangerous. So
wow.
If that place is dangerous, all of the things that you have learned in this place, where are you going to put them to use? If it's that dangerous. That thing is just useless. It's not useful. Yes. Yes. When Jesus, taught his disciples and everything, he was preparing them. He was preparing them. After a while, he left them into the world. And then he sent them forth to different places. Yes, where there are snakes, there are pythons that can swallow them. There are, there are dangerous people, deadly people. Human beings. Today, you still see people like that. You see people you see scorpion-likes people. You see python-likes people. You see tiger-likes people. People who eat people every day. People who are devoted to do wickedness. You understand? But you see, in the midst of all of this, he gave you assurance that I will see you through. So why are you afraid to go outside? Why are you afraid to go out there? If you believe in who you believe in, why are you afraid to go out there? Hmm. Hmm. For me, first of all, I believe that you cannot be serving and be a slave. Service and slavery is a two different ball game. Once you're serving, there's a way you automatically connect to God, and you can never lose. You can never be a slave. But you can be a slave without service. You can be a slave without serving. But you can never be a servant and be a slave. A servant and a slave, they are not the same thing. You get what I'm saying now, sir? You can never be enslaved in service. You understand?
Okay.
Is either you don't know that you are being enslaved and you think you are serving. But once you're serving truly and your service is real, sincere service, you can never be a slave. It's an automatic thing with God, except God will be a foolish man. That's when you will become a slave in service. But you've been a slave from beginning and you don't know. You might not be aware that you're a slave. You just think you are serving. Or somebody presented it to you that, oh, you are actually serving. You are serving, and of which you are a slave. So let me go back. I'm just saying that, to just share my own view on this servant and slavery thing. You understand? But the thing now is that from the question that you ask, if I rightly heard you, people get themselves into slavery, and the only thing that will make you become a slave is rendering a service of eyes. They call it eye service. Yes. You're doing everything to please the master and not to please God. Because the ultimate goal is to reach out unto God in service. It is from God you tap, and then you are able to satisfy that man called your master.
Yes.
So it is not what you tap from here you take to that place. No, you don't tap from here and take there. You tap from there and bring here.
Yeah.
You see the way the NEPA light is. You see that it is from pole to house. It is not from house to pole.
It is from pole distributes.
God bless you.
Light to every
check the power lines now. You will see that they are always tall. It's always tall.
But what about?
There's always height compared to where buildings are located. Because the whole thing, the whole power line, everything is coming from the top there, from above. It is not from here to there. There is no anything here. This place is empty. You understand? So every servant, you understand that, man, you need to please God for you to please your master. It is not master to God. It is not master to God.
So the service first and foremost must be unto God.
Unto God.
No matter what you are doing.
Unto God.
No matter the industry you belong to. No matter what you do.
Your master might not even be comfortable with it. But it has to be unto God. Because at the end of the day, it is God that will vindicate you. Look at the service of Joseph in Potiphar's house.
Yes.
He was unto God.
Yes.
He was coming from his father's house unto God. Relationship between Joseph and Jacob unto God first. He connected to God. That's why he was able to function and become the number one, even right in his house. Before they then sold him, thinking they would kill him into another place. Yes, one beja debe oga. One tasi club ni. One tasi relegation team. Even in relegation team, the number 7, the Christian Ronaldo in Joseph, still came out in relegation team. He was able to move the relegation team forward to the forefront.
Bring them to the main league. From the main league.
That is what service does, sir. Yes. But slavery, you will be dangling and be roaming in that one place. And when people are in slavery, most times we do know, because this slavery thing we are talking about right now, it has different roots to it. You understand? Let me just use myself for example,
Okay.
If you be the master now, and I am coming from somewhere, and you provided everything that I need for me. I needed comfort. I needed a car, you gave it to me. I needed a house, you gave it to me.
Yes.
I needed to go to school, You sent me to school, you paid for the school,
Yes.
you did everything.
Yes.
You know, it is now left for me to know that, oh, it is actually God doing all of this for me. First, it must come from the place of God.
Okay.
First, when you know that it is God that is doing it for you, you will not be afraid to lose all of those things in the twinkle of an eye. Because you know that you are connected. And once you are connected, wherever you go in this world, your signal no go fail.
People go follow.
Your signal no go fail. E just be like the way MTN dey. Enter bush, forest, MTN go give you network. You understand? But anything that makes you begin to, you know, be afraid of losing some things all of a sudden, that means you are not, you don't even know your source. It was given to him by God, but he failed to acknowledge God, and he was seeing man and focusing on man
Behind the blessings.
You understand? Because see, one thing about life is this. You see, I'm not saying this because I lack the act of gratitude. I'm not saying this because I don't think it is important to appreciate men when they do some certain things for you. But I'm only saying this for the benefit of the fact that, you know, man will always be man.
Yes.
That's why you see that when some people are being deprived of some things, when they are being disappointed, the next thing is either to commit suicide or commit murder. You can only do two things.
Yes.
You can only do two things.
Yes.
It's either I kill myself or I want to kill that person that offended me. Look at the case of Joseph. His brothers disappointed him, they betrayed him. He find a way to connect back to the ultimate, to the source. That's why he was able to forgive them. That's why he was able to make peace with himself. The peace has to come with yourself first. By knowing that my source is this place, up, no be from down to up, now from up to down. When you see it from that perspective, it will be easier for you to forgive even that your slave master. He will not be a slave master anymore. He will be a teacher.
Yes.
He will become a teacher.
Yes.
There's a way you can convert a slave master into becoming a teacher.
Have
I learned something?
Mentor.
A mentor. Have I learned the good and the bad from here? Yes.
Have I learned the beautiful and ugly?
Yes. Have I seen it all and won it all? Yes.
Have I faced battle in this place?
Yes. But what is the outcome? The outcome is where you are presently. What have you learned from it? When you become that person that will stand in the forefront, how are you going to be able to deal with people? How are you going to be able to teach people? Because some of those things you learned, they are not just, you know, for fun. You learn them so you can use it to, you know, teach other people. So you can use it to lead up other people aright. Because you've known that this is how these things works. And then people will not be misled by that.
Yes.
But you know what? Most times, slaves that have been graduated into becoming masters, what they rear and groom is more slaves. Yes. Because of perspective. Because you have not chosen to let go something. You've not been able to settle and make peace with yourself. Ẹ̀san ni, get it. The ẹ̀san might not even be intentional. It's a system.
So you just
God bless you, sir. It might not be intentional. It might not be intentional. It is just basically because of the fact that you have been built on a faulty foundation, you have been robbed off by a wrong system, and you have nothing else than to just show whatever you have to the people and tell them this is the way I want you to go about it. And they go about it. And, you know, bit by bit, you know, you're transforming people into what you like. You understand? Except for those who will think, oh, no, I will say the truth here. I will do what is right. what pleases God and not what pleases man. Because at the end of the day, you can't blame any man for your misfortune.
Yeah.
You cannot. Mr. Val, if you advise me today to go and bring my mother and cut my mother's head, in the court of law, the court might prosecute you for some things, but to a limited degree. I beheaded my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I am the one that cut my mother's head.
Not me.
No, the court will not charge you for murder.
No, she will not be me.
They might charge you for another thing, but they will charge me for murder because na me cut my mama head. It doesn't matter what you use on me. It doesn't matter if you use the Bible, if you use Chronicles, if you use Revelation, if you use anything. Court go put those things aside. Yes. They will be talking about the cutting of head,
which is the fact.
And if news want to pick it, they will pick my name and say the guy of what so age who beheaded his mother. They might charge you with conspiracy or whatever, or something that has to do with what I did. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for whatever decision you make. You get. You can choose to want me to go your way, but you are not responsible for me dancing to that tune. And that's exactly what it is. And the earlier I know that I made some decision on my own, you know, that I have fault in this area, the better for me. So I can correct things in life and make peace with myself and also make peace with you. That's exactly the way this thing works. If you see a lot of people who still carry anger all around, hey, they do me this thing for there, they do me that thing for there, they do me this one for there, hey, that man, he go die, that man, a wicked man, this one, that one. It is because you have not made peace with yourself. You've not yet accepted your own side, where you are faulty in the whole sin. You understand? You're focusing on every other person. You cut the blame on every other person. And in this case, you will not be able to work on yourself.
That will deprive you of
it will deprive you of working on yourself.
You keep complaining and murmuring.
And it is continuous working on yourself that makes you better. It doesn't stop those people. It does not stop anybody from progressing. But it stops you from progressing. I'm using the case of Joseph now.
Yeah.
This guy did all he could. He moved down into Egypt from the best place. His father's house is the best place. Make I no lie for you. No matter what, there is no treatment anybody can give you in this world if you better pass your mama and your papa.
Yes, now, of course.
You understand?
Of course.
You know if it be like. You know if it be like. So this guy left all that. He needs to go through all of this, go through all of that. He encountered a lot in his journey of life. He was even in the prison and all that. And he came out. He still transformed that place. He came from the place of making peace with yourself. Even in that, situation, he made peace with himself. And he was able to transform the other side and bring these people into the transformation.
Yes.
You understand? Everything has to be settled at one point. So, talking about slavery and service, it depends on what you want to make it to be like. It's not the fault of the slave master all the way, but more of the fault of the person who choose to stay in slavery. Look at Pharaoh and the children of Israel. Upon everything wey Moses do to comot these people from that place, some of them go back now.
Yes.
They swear for Moses papa and mama and everything, guard them in. They speak also, they call am fucked up man, this one, that one. Some of them carry that load, they go back to that Egypt. For you to know that transformation is not something that is just easy. It is not for everybody. Not everybody that can undo transformation. Because it comes with a lot of pain. It comes with a lot of things. Sometimes it comes with you, moving from one geographical location to another. There might not be even conducive for you. You've been used to eating bread, and chicken and a lot of things here. You've been used to enjoying free AC, free car, free this, free that, But at one point, you need to go down. You understand? Even Jesus himself said, except a wheat of corn falls down
and die.
na the law of universe o. Jesus no be, but nowadays our own pastors they go tell you say pray, a corn
Rise.
a corn can come into your bed. Elijah, ravens, bring this one to Elijah, this one, that one. But you know what? There's always process to everything in life.
Yes.
Let
Process
that corn
before product.
Let that corn go down.
Yes.
Let it rot in.
Yes.
Water the corn. Let it grow up.
Yes.
Let it give you seed. Then you harvest. So that when that corn is taken away from you, you know how to plant another one.
Asha.
You understand?
Yes.
You know how to plant another one because you know the process. But a lot of people now, they don't want to teach you the process because they know if you know the process, you know it all.
Yes.
There's
You
nothing
can do
they
it
want
yourself.
to use on you
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
You can do it yourself.